Hey guys, it's your boy OP here. I'm going to be talking about some stuff that I feel like needs to change in Grand Summoners. Mainly one thing that I feel like has been a problem ever since Grand Summoners have started. And I feel like a lot of veteran players are starting to realize it. A lot of veteran players in my Discord are starting to talk about it. So really, I only see veteran players talking about it and no one else really using their voice or like any of the other big YouTubers or streamers, as the case may be. For Grand Summoners, let me say. So I'm gonna use mine, and hopefully, Good Smile looks at this, or Team Next Ninja, because I'm pretty sure that's the team that runs Grand Summoners, looks at this and maybe considers the idea or even the thought. And if they can at least consider it, I'll be happy. But let's talk about what I'm talking about. So if you see in the title of the video, I did at Grand Summoners Global on Twitter. So hopefully this could be seen by them on Twitter. Hopefully maybe they'll respond to it, or whatever the case may be. Even if they respond to me in private, whatever the case may be, like I said, it doesn't matter to me. I just hope they see this. So what am I talking about? Now, for me to talk about this, let me first, talk about the problem. The problem that I'm suggesting, or the problem that I'm having currently, or a lot of veteran players are having currently, is that you guys are running rerun events, which rerun events aren't bad. I'm perfectly okay with it, because that means new players that didn't get the event the first time, they are able to get rerun event this time, which is cool. And the newest rerun event we got, was Kill a Kill, which it brought back the crossover units, which is really good because Mako, and then everyone else on that banner is some of the best units in the entire game. So I'm perfectly okay with that. However, 53 days or 55 days, I'm pretty sure, was how long Kill a Kill actually is, but the crossover is gonna last. That's okay. I'm perfectly okay with that, because that means new players, gives them enough time to farm the event, get everything from the event that they want, and even some more, you know what I mean? And even the giant boss that corresponds with the awakenings, like for example, the Crimson Flames of the Phoenix, Cry of the Azure Rock, and Glowing Sanctuary, I'm perfectly okay with them being 55 days. However, this is where my problem arrives. The giant bosses, I feel like, need to change. I'm perfectly okay, having an event last a long time, and then the giant bosses to go with that event, for those units that are awakening. I'm perfectly okay with that, but for veteran players, this really hurts us a lot, because we have nothing to do. If we already got everything from a rerun event, why do we do the rerun event? I know you guys also try to, add in new equipment and all that to try to help veteran players be like, hey, we have this new equipment. You can farm this if you're, a veteran player, because this wasn't in the event the first time, which is cool. It really is. But the rerun events usually don't have that much value, because, for example, let's use the Plot of the Fallen Priest for an example. Plot of the Fallen Priest brought in some new equipment since it first arrived, like when the game first came out. However, the new equipment is cool and all that for veteran players, but once they get that, they're done. It also kind of hurts us too that rerun events doesn't have like limit break stones or anything like that. So once we get those equipments that we want, that's it. We can't really get anything else, so what are we stuck with then? Well, we're stuck with giant bosses and then the corresponding mono dungeons if they're even here. And then also we had the luck rotations coming in every single day, which is cool, but if we, as a veteran player, the likelihood of them having most of the luck units in the game is pretty high, so therein lies the problem. Rerun events don't have much value at all to veteran players, so why would we do them? Only reason why we do them is to get the new equipment and then maybe buy some other stuff, you know what I mean? Now, however, what you did with the Kill a Kill event, however, I really didn't like it. You guys brought back the Kill a Kill event, but what you did was you guys brought new equipment and you refreshed the shop and gave us limit break stones, equipment enhancements, materials, and all that stuff, which is good. I don't know why you guys don't do that for every rerun event that happens. I don't think it's going to be a big deal if people keep getting limit break stones, because at the end of the day, I don't see the big problem about the surplus limit break stones, because yeah, You guys may be like, well, that's what sells with the bundles. Yeah, that is cool. You know, I am a paying player. I'm a quote-unquote dolphin in the community. So, you know, I know what you mean by that. But I'm not really buying the packs for the stones sometimes. I'm more so just buying them for the crystals, and I usually just buy the bundles because it's an extra goodie added on top of it. So I'm perfectly okay with, you know, more limit break stones. I think it helps out free-to-play players a ton, and I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, especially if you guys are only bringing out, what, 2 to 3 events a month most of the time, and within those 2 or 3 events, you know, what is that, 3 limit break stones for a unit? So it's not even, you know, max LB on a character. So I don't see what the big deal is if you guys can't do that. But if you guys don't want to consider that, that's perfectly fine with me. It's just one thing that I would like to add on top of this argument. Now, the other argument is that I want to really push out there, and this is the thing that I really wish would change the most, is the giant boss schedule. The giant boss schedule is very random. You guys make a giant boss, or make giant bosses come in that are with the awakenings, that correspond with the awakenings, which is cool and everything. I'm perfectly okay with that. Like, those can be running all the time whenever a new awakening drops. However, for veteran players, I definitely feel like you guys should maybe consider a daily rotation for giant bosses. Now, OP, what do you mean by this? I mean that, for example, why not have the giant bosses correspond with the daily quests? Let's say like Wednesday. Wednesday is Water Day. So on Water Day, we have water giant bosses running at the same time as we have the daily water quest. Why not do that for every single day and correspond it with the daily quest? You know, so Fire Day, we have Fire Giant bosses. Earth Day, we have Earth Giant bosses. Light Day, we have Light Giant bosses, and so on and so on. And then on the weekends, you guys can either make all the giant bosses open, or make it, or maybe pick a few. You know what I mean? Pick a few giant bosses to be open, because I know opening probably all the giant bosses on the weekend, if I'm a new player, I may get a little bit overwhelmed if I go to the giant boss thing and I see literally a ton of giant bosses. So I'm perfectly okay with that. And I think that's really where the main flaw is within that solution, is that you guys don't want to overwhelm the new players. But the new players, no matter how you guys may look at it, they're going to be overwhelmed no matter what, because of a lot of stuff. Grand Summers is a very simple game, but they are going to be like, well, we don't know, you know, what the new units do. We don't know what this character does. This character is good. We don't know. We got to learn about equipment. We got to learn about synergy. All this other stuff, you know what I mean? So no matter what, the new player process is a little bit overwhelming for Grand Summoners, but that's one of the costs of it, or that's one of the downsides of Grand Summoners. But on the upside, you get an amazing, fantastic game. So that's the main reason here that I want to promote, and that's the thing that I wanted to get out there. So yeah, guys, thank you for your time. If you guys watch this video, appreciate that. Please like the video. So if you guys, you know, agree with me, if not, it's perfectly fine. But if you like the video, every single like will notify them on Twitter. So yeah, but yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for your boy OP. Yeah, hopefully Good Smile looks at this. Hopefully they maybe consider my idea. I highly doubt that they even will look at this, but hey, you know, I'm gonna at least try, because no one else is talking about it, so I'm gonna at least try for you guys. But yeah, guys, pretty much it for the video, and I'm out, guys. Peace.